From Nashville, Tennessee, it's the Cameo Bobo Show, live in Music City, hosted by Cameo Bobo. Tonight, we present a night at BMI with special guest Shannon Sanders.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Cameo Bobo, and baby, we are outside of the studio today doing something super special. We're still in Nashville, Tennessee, but we are here with one of the biggest celebrity community advocates, Mr. Shannon Sanders, and we're at BMI. Okay, baby?
What's up, Cameo?
What we doing? What we doing, Shannon? What we doing?
Welcome to the South Side.
Okay.
Hey, welcome to Music Road, Cameo.
South
Cameo
side.
on the road.
Cameo on the road.
Bobo on the road.
Okay. Look, I love it. I love it. So we are at the red carpet for the BMI Awards, right?
Yeah.
That's happening tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, right here at the BMI offices. Every year, the BMI Country Awards happen upstairs in our parking garage. And so the top floor of our parking garage converts into a massive ballroom. And you've seen it. It's incredible.
Gorgeous, guys. It is gorgeous just to know that we're doing something that top level here in Nashville, Tennessee. Okay, so let's hop into this interview.
Come on.
So for those who don't know you, you are from South Nashville. Nashville raised. Yeah. Nashville, you like built your whole career here in Nashville, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so how'd you get started?
You know, it started for me, I would say, age 12. By age 12, I was already making music. So my grandfather was a pastor. I was already playing in church and starting to play in church, but I was already keys.
Okay, cool.
And then, but I was also playing trumpet at an all-state level, but I was also making music with my friends. So right at about age 12, 7th grade, I get to date JT Moore. And
shout out to JT Moore.
JT Moore, Southside. And so what happens is hip-hop is exploding. And then this is just what me and my friends do. It's just so happened that the guys I was in the group with, the guys that wound up being some of my best friends in life, wound up being some of the most talented people that I've ever met to this day. And so I was really fortunate. Grew up with them and just really fortunate to be able to grow up in that ecosystem, you know. And then same thing in church, you know. Musician at church was just one of the most phenomenally talented musicians in the city. So I really got to study. I could really say I was really blessed. I really got to come up under people that really knew what they were doing and were really passionate about what they were doing. And so I really got to learn a lot.
That's amazing. You know, a lot of people talk about their journeys and they don't realize that sometimes the things that you're around, God's birthing things in you for your journey later on in life. So you started off at 12, playing in the church, starting a group with your friends, and you guys started the first rap group here in Nashville?
We were one of the first rap groups in Nashville called Technique. And so we had a song called I'm Possessed. It's crazy. No, listen, I can't do it. I can't do it. We got to.
Do a little bit of I'm Possessed.
I can't do it. Listen, I wasn't a rapper. I wasn't a rapper.
What Possessed, what was y'all love? Was it a love song?
No, it definitely wasn't a love song. But I'll tell you what happened. I think it was my 19th birthday. My dad gave me some studio time at a little karaoke studio for my birthday. That was the first time I was alone with all of myself. See, here's the deal. Nobody needed all of me anywhere. I go to church. They didn't need me to produce. But then my buddies didn't need me to do what I did at church. And then I go to school and I play in the band. But they didn't need me to do. That was the first time I was able to be alone with everything and have an opportunity to bring it all together. And it was in that moment that I knew studio was my destiny.
I love that. Yeah. I love that. So I want to go off your journey a little bit. Talk about being multi-talented and multifaceted. Because so many people are scared to embrace every part of them. You know, a lot of people say, do one thing, focus on one thing, do one thing, focus on one thing. But there's some people, they're supposed to do multiple things and it's supposed to birth something. Like you did. So if there's somebody listening today and they're like, you know, I'm like that, I got a lot of different talents, but everybody's discouraging me from doing the different things and tapping into all of my talents, what would you say to them? You
know, I would say, and I tell people this a lot, you know, songwriters come to see me here at BMI. One thing that I tell a lot of young people that are starting out is, it's not an or, it's an and. It's not this or that, it's this and that. And see, sometimes it's a season. So it's not that you're not supposed to do that, but maybe you're not supposed to do that yet. Maybe you have to do this before you can do that.
That's so good.
So that's what it is that, you know, I always say that, you know, by the time you see a flower, by the time you see something sprout above ground, there's a process that's already been happening underground. You've already planted that seed. That seed is being nurtured. There's a whole process that's happened. So what you're seeing pop through the ground is the result of the process that's been happening for a long time underground. And so sometimes that's what it is. It's like this idea, these dreams, they're happening, but they're happening underground, and it's not yet time for them to manifest, and you don't see it pop out, but that don't mean that it's not a process happening underground.
And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't water it.
You totally got to water it.
You got to water it, and
Yeah.
you got to water yourself. Don't let people stop you from, don't let people keep you thirsty.
Yeah.
And you can water yourself.
Yeah,
You know?
come on.
So anyway, shout
Preach,
out
Cameo.
to that. Look,
Preach, Cameo.
Now, he the one giving the keynote. It was dropping out all these jewels and gems. Okay. All right, so back to your journey.
Yeah.
So 19, you get the studio time, get from your father. Shout out to your daddy for doing that for you. And you figure out, okay, this is who I am. I need to be in this studio. What happens next?
At that point, just working with some of everybody in town. One thing led to another, and I would say 27, that was 19. By the time I was 27 is when my album came out. It was called Out of Nowhere. And that changed the game because, it was Nashville R&B. It was just pure Nashville R&B at the time. And the beauty was that I got to make the record I wanted to make in that season. It probably took about a year and a half.
Okay.
But one of the best things that happened to me was breaking my leg, of all things, in the middle of that project. I was starting to rush that record. I was probably about halfway, really a little more than halfway done with the project, and I was kind of over it. Like, man, I was ready to be done. Over it. Yeah, over it.
Okay.
Break my leg, and it makes me lay up for a couple months, right?
Wow.
Well, slows me down for a couple months. I get back in the studio, but it makes me cherish the process. Being laid up for that little while, and then coming back to it made me cherish the process.
That's good.
But while I was laid up, you can only watch so much TV. You can only read so many books. After a while, you're going to have to lay there. You're going to deal with yourself. You're going to deal with your thoughts.
That's so good.
Oh, you got to deal with your thoughts, right?
Yeah.
And so I had a moment to really, I had time rather, to examine every note of that record in my mind, every word of that record in my mind. So by the time I got back to the studio, I came back with a renewed excitement for it and a passion for it.
That's awesome.
And I saw the purpose in it.
Yeah.
And a couple of songs, I just started over. I just re-recorded. And so that became Out of Nowhere. But that became the foundation for everything else in my life. So I'm thankful for that. Granny say, life, throw your lemon, you make lemonade.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful for the leg break.
Yeah.
That wound up being one of the greatest blessings of my life.
Yeah, a lot of times people get discouraged and think, oh man, this happening while I'm on the way up. But there's a lot of things that God wants to show us. And sometimes in the momentum of us rising up and getting to the success that we've been waiting on, we rush and we stop tuning in and tapping into like exactly everything, because he's very meticulous.
Oh, yeah.
And whatever he wanted you to do, whatever he wanted me to do, it's a certain type of way he wanted to be done.
Yeah.
And so sometimes we have to be a little bit quiet, a little bit slowed down, so that we can hear, tap in, and get it. And that was just God, telling you boom, 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 boom. And then when you came back in, you did all that stuff, and then all of a sudden, whoosh. Yeah. It's the passion there. You're not so much, let's put this out. You more passion, let's put this out into the world, because this is what I feel like the world needs to hear and see.
Yeah. I've heard that said, that what might seem like a setback is really a setup.
Come on.
So it's that. That's what that season was. It felt like a setback, but it was really setting me up for the next season.
I love that. So let's talk about the next season. Now you have accomplished so much, and you're so humble. He's such a cool guy, y'all. He's so cool. We go cool with it, okay? South Nashville in this thing. I know y'all proud.
Come on, South
Okay. So went to Metro schools. You went to TSU. Shout out to TSU.
Come on, aristocratic bands in the house.
Okay. Were you in the band?
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on, what you play in the band?
Trumpet.
You played the trumpet.
What?
Okay, so I didn't know
Loud
you
and
went.
high.
So did you go on a scholarship from high school?
You know what? They don't really do scholarships.
for
They
trumpet,
might. Well, you know
okay.
what? They don't really do a lot of band scholarships. You know, they'll do them, but it's not like football. It's not like you're gonna get a free ride. You might get a book.
Some
you
books,
They might. Yeah. You might.
Get $100.
You might get that history book.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. So then you start your career. Now you have Grammys, Emmy, a Dove.
Yeah, 3 Grammys.
3 Grammys.
2 Emmys, a Dove, ACM last year, called the Lift, which I'm really proud of.
Okay.
Proud of all of them, but that Lifting Voices Award from the ACMs last year means a lot, because it's for amplifying the voices of the marginalized in country spaces. And so that's one of the things that I've been able to do.
Super dope.
Oh yeah, since I've been here at BMI, I've been able to do that. Shout out to Clay Bradley, who runs our department.
Okay.
But I mean, talking about, a setup.
Yeah.
He set me up
Wow.
to do my thing and to really be as effective as I possibly can in our community.
It's beautiful that you get to work here and still be a community advocate in the city. And especially in
Well, no, I was gonna say, and that was really intentional.
Okay.
Like, that's really what it's about. It's like, how can we do more? We have so many BMI affiliates in town. And of course, Nashville is country. The interesting thing about Nashville too, it's the only city in the world that can say it houses a major genre of music like this. Nobody else can say this. Atlanta doesn't house all of hip hop, or no city has all of rock or all of pop or all of R&B.
Right.
We got all
Even
the country for the most part. Yeah. Country? Stop it. It's here.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing. And, and so shout out to country. I mean, listen, no shade. I think it's incredible what the country music industry has built up in one city.
Right.
But it can be loud, and it's hard to cut through the noise when you're doing something other than country here. And so, but again, that's what's been beautiful about being able to be here, is that I get to create platforms to put people on so they can be heard, can be seen, so their voices can get above the noise.
Yeah, I love that. And so as you're doing this for the community, and you're doing this with BMI artists, what's been the greatest accomplishment that you've had so far, other than the award you just talked about?
I think my greatest accomplishment is just being able to help people every day. I mean, as cliche as that sounds, it's true. I never imagined that I would love creating opportunity as much as I love making music.
Really?
I never imagined that.
When did you get that bug? Like, when did it hit? When did you say, oh, I'm just as passionate about helping people as I am about making music?
And it's always been a thing, but it wasn't an official job. You know what I mean? But I think just because that was already my mentality, I tell folks, I don't block, man. I don't play football. I ain't blocking nothing. If it's for you, it's for you.
So shout out to you for just being genuine and being able to continue to move the torch forward for everybody and not being a hater.
Well, you know what? I always say I want to be the guy I always wish I had.
Come on.
I wish I had me when I was,
that.
running around Nashville making music in my early 20s. You know what I mean? Like, I wish somebody would have told me what I'm able to tell these young folks. If I can keep you from busting your head on something I already busted my head on,
I love that.
like if I can tell you to duck, I'm gonna tell you to duck. You know what I mean? But I'm really grateful to be in position to be able to tell folks that and give people advice that I think will contribute to the quality of their lives.
Right. And you're also a driving force, like with the shows that have been coming to the city and stuff like that. I reminded you say you remember, but yeah, I was on a red carpet in 2019 for the African American Museum, which wasn't open yet, but now it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now it is.
Shout out to NAMAM.
Yeah.
I'm on the board at NAMAM, so shout out to NAMAM.
Yeah, shout out to everything you did to keep that. That was a long torch. That was a long journey.
Yeah. There were, you know what? There were a lot of people that carried that over the finish line. So shout out to all of them, especially the board. I think it completes our crown. I think it's the crown jewel in that way. We have the Country Music Hall of Fame. We've got this or that. We've got all of these, these very important, very important institutions, musical institutions. But I think that completes us, and then we have other museums. We got the Frisk. We're a very cultured city here, but I think that completes us. I think, for Nashville to embrace the museum the way it has, I think says a lot about the city. It says that the city's ready to move forward in other ways, and that Nashville's ready to be seen more comprehensively as a music city, not just country music city, as a music city.
I agree, 100%, and kudos to you for being involved in that process. Okay, so, but I caught you on the red carpet, and I can't remember the exact question, but I think I was asking you, what did you want to do in Nashville? How did you want to make an impact at that moment? And you were saying you wanted Nashville to be seen more on a national level. You wanted big artists to come into the city. Taylor Swift, the Beyonce had been here, but like Taylor Swift, those artists hadn't been here really
in a meaningful way.
Correct. And since then, those things have happened. So since that has happened, what do you want to do now?
I love where the city is headed. I would just love to see us continue to move forward. If anything, I would say we're glad that you're coming, but appreciate it for what it is.
Okay.
You know, appreciate the institutions, the places where this history was created, this legacy was created.
Yeah.
Don't come bulldoze Jefferson Street without, taking into account the history of Jefferson
What
Street.
that means to the
Yes,
city.
yes, it
doesn't
means a
need
lot.
to be- it doesn't need to be a area that we ride through and say, this
Used to be, right.
It shouldn't be there.
Come on, exactly.
Because it means so much to the city, and it means so much to our culture as
It
a
does.
whole.
It does.
It really does.
And so I put that on us too. I'll say that it's on us to preserve what's important to us. We can't expect somebody else to come in and understand or know.
Yeah.
Somebody moves here from another city. We can't expect somebody to come in and know that this is important to us.
Yeah.
So it's on us as Nashvillians to say this is important to us, and then we need to do what we need to do to protect these things if they're truly that important to us.
I agree. Okay, so this is my last question. I got 2 more questions, but this is the next to last one. So it's a person listening, and they're successful, they're doing good, but they don't know how to keep the momentum going up. They feel like they get overwhelmed. What would you say to someone that just needs to actually just level up in their mindset? Not that they need to work harder, they just need to open up their mind and say, you know what, this is what it takes. I'm gonna have to embrace that.
Yeah.
What would you say?
I would say, it's interesting. I saw a graphic the other day online, and it was the difference between motivation and discipline. And so on this graph, it showed motivation. Motivation looked like this: day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. Discipline looked like that: day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6. That's what discipline looked like.
That's good.
So that's the thing. It's like we look to be motivated. It's not about being motivated. It's about being committed.
That's good.
Regardless,
Come on,
yeah.
come on.
Regardless of how you feel, or it don't matter. It don't matter. Like,
Yes.
yeah, it don't matter.
Rain,
Right?
sleet, or snow.
It
Show
don't
go
matter.
on.
Yeah, it don't matter.
I
It's
love
making
it.
a decision to show up, and that's really what it is. It's deciding to show up.
I love that. Y'all got that? You better decide to show up. You better decide to get up. Okay. All right, so last question. So we're outside of the studio. And when we're outside of the studio, I like to ask people, what do they buy when they go to the corner store? So when you go to the corner store, Shannon, you pull up on Jefferson and you hit the corner store right there on the corner. What you want in there and buy?
Man, I might have to get one of them good white tees and one of them good black tees, you know what I'm saying, in the pack. The ones you can only get in the good, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta go to the store.
Yeah,
You gotta go to the
You
store.
know, if this was back in the day, it was definitely gonna be a jungle juice or one of them purity lemonades. Come on now. What you know? Come on. What you know about the jungle? Listen, come on. I told you for myself.
Okay. I love it. Well, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for this privilege and this honor.
Yeah.
You were on my bucket list of people that I wanted to interview. I've been wanting to interview. I started our show in 2023. So I've been wanting to interview since then. So this is a dream come true for me.
Well,
So
thank
thank you so much.
Well, you know what? I tell you what. I celebrate you. I'm proud of you. Honor you. Thank you for doing what you're doing. No, it's fantastic. I think you're an inspiration for young women. So just keep doing what you're doing. Young ladies, here's a great example of a fantastic young woman pursuing her dreams and making a difference. So shout out to you.
Thank you. Well, on that note, we're closing this thing out. We will see you guys on the next interview.